So what that means is that I'm not going to be able to change the, I'm not going to be able to change the speed of the battle at all. Huh. And if I'm going to do my screenshots, I'm going to have to, oh boy, I'm going to have to do it real time. Yeah. Oh man, you guys are finding you guys are discovering a bug just at the same time I am. Isn't that fun? Alright, so once again, I can click, I can move around. Everything looks fine. Control Shift Backspace allows me to do moving around. I can do number pad. And I can take screenshots like this. Alright, so at least I got screenshots done for you now. And at least I can take screenshots, but... Alright, and now I'm back to your view, and it seems like it's still updating. Alright guys, I think we're finally kind of going to be able to do this. Now, I think we're looking at Seabear's view. It's hard to... Yeah, okay, good. Check my settings. I am on full screen. Okay. Oh yeah, what super tester is gonna take the take a replay, reload it into the client, and screw around with taking pictures? No. Sorry, Ducky. I don't think that's gonna happen. Anyway. You're running the plane. Probably because it's still Stockholm, I guess. Yeah. So, let's talk about Chapayev, now that we got this thing figured out. 4 guns. Very good 152mm. Good rate of fire. High shell velocity. Good damage. Normally, in the B-hull configuration, it's got radar. However, he is A-hull, so he has spotter plane only. You've got torpedoes that reach out to, I think they're, what, 4 kilometer? Yeah. And you're about to get spotted. So let's see what happens here. Chapayev also has incredibly good AP if a target shows him broadside. Seabear says he only had the range upgrade for this. Look how quickly he's able to reload his shells and switch over to AP, and that Algeria is going to get punished maybe. Nope. This is a carrier battle, so you've got defensive fire, which is good. And the Chapayev, just like the shores, it's look how long of a ship this thing is. It is very difficult to maneuver around, and Seabear right now is in a very tight spot. If a destroyer were to come and charge after him, he'd be screwed. However, there's only 1 destroyer in the game, and it's over at Seacap. Now, right now, I'd probably be shooting AP into that shores, and if that shores was smart, he'd be switching to AP too, but he's not. So, oh well. So, I guess the question becomes, what do you do in this situation? He has an exit, right? He can go out the channel where the Bismarck's coming in and turn south and kite. But if he does, he risks being shot at by these ships here. So that's a kind of a sticky situation he's put himself into here. The shores are still right there and probably going to flank around. That Richelieu, if he comes in, can be a big problem, but looks like he's not. Sharkbait says he would charge the Richelieu. So, I guess that also means that you're a coward. Congratulations! And somebody should, sorry, sit. The shore is really bad. Probably the Bismarck there. And nice kill secure there. Now this is what you don't like to see. You don't like to see a battleship looking right at you with its only turrets in the front, pointed right at you. So you're doing the right thing here, ducking in for cover. And I guess if I'm playing the Chapayev at this point, you reported him? Yeah, I suppose you should. Look at where the Benson is. Like, Whiskey Tango Foxtrot, right? Shark has his own playstyle. He does dumb things to try to get away with it, and he calls it pulling a shark bait. I'll have to keep that in mind. Look at this Bismarck. See, Bear, you're boring. Look at this Bismarck. He just went up and just man-fought the Algerie. And didn't get torpedoed, believe it or not. Trash Mob. That's a good name. That is just too funny. I guess we could try to go back to you and see what's going on with you. Maybe I can get a couple screenshots since you're just camping the islands anyways. And of course I can't slow down the game at all. So, hey North Carolina, yeah sure, send me whatever replay you want. I don't mind. I mean, this is snooze, man. Have you given up on shooting now? Right when I get in position? Sharkbait is gonna send in a replay of him doing dumb stuff. That's cool. Speaking of dumb stuff, I can't believe that Richelieu was just sitting there letting you farm him. Ah, spotter plane. And look, your Benson is in ACAP now. That's good. Now, be careful here. Personally, I wouldn't have shot here. I would have waited until I was turning south, like this way. Then I would have opened fire. Because right now, you are extremely exposed. So I guess you got really lucky that the battleships were too busy looking at somebody else. Maybe it looks like the Bismarck. You see the fire immediately going to the next one, so that's good. North Carolina, you can email it to me, lordzathna@gmail.com. Or you can, if you have it on Replays WoWs, you can post a link on the chat. I can do it that way too. I'm not sure. No, he's not in your range anymore, but you could have shot the Charles as well. But I'm sure you're thinking that you want damage. Alright, so another thing is, well, you could slow down. And by slowing down, you keep them closer to you still. But that is a bit of a risk though. That's up to you, you know, if you'd want to do that or not. But I mean, your team is pretty much just... What is your Benson doing? Well, your Benson died, I guess. Colorado? What is the Colorado doing down there? No, your Benson is alive. Where is your Benson? Oh, he's so far up against the island, I didn't even see him. Oh boy, yep, there goes the Benson. Well, on the bright side, him going up there pulled 3 ships away from focusing you, so that's kind of good. But, yeah. Yeah, the Flint's doing work, absolutely. As the Normandy takes some damage, Benson going into A cap, which is totally expected. You're no longer spotted, so that's good. Now, I would normally pause it here, but I'm afraid to. What I would do, again, is I would turn south, then open up. I wouldn't open up right now. That Indianapolis, if he's got AP loaded, is going to blap you. That Lyon could blap you. Richelieu could blap you, too. So, just a suggestion there. Work a little bit on your timing with when you choose to drop your concealment. Because remember, you're doing this on your terms. Now, the other thing I will tell you, something that I find often, by the way, I think that Richelieu's moving forward. One thing that I find is that if I start shooting at multiple ships and set them on fire, then multiple ships will start to shoot back at me. So what I mean by that is sometimes you're better off actually, like, just focusing on one ship at a time. Ooh, AP time! Yeah, Citadel. Alright, now there's the Benson. We know the Benson probably just torped up the channel. But you're going right now. So now might be a good time to pop the plane to kind of get an idea where that Benson is. And look at this. Slowing down before coming around the curve. This is pro strats right here. As you're going to take 1 torp maybe? Wow. Epic dodge. Throttle back up and laugh at him as you blow him to smithereens. Oh no, dive bombers. Confederate, here comes the defensive fire that says, go away from me. Of course, by doing this, you put yourself in a big risk because now those torpedo bombers can hit you. If the carrier's smart enough to pull them back, which it looks like he is. Well, you might as well throw some torps at the smoke too, because you just never know. And now you're able to use his smoke against him. Hold off on opening fire a little bit. The problem is that I think by the time you get that cap, those torpedoes are going to come back in. So you have to be thinking about that too. It's good to see that the carrier is putting fighters over you too to help spot. All right, there's the Benson. And yeah, North Carolina, I agree. An upgraded hull would have definitely helped here, but, you know, them's the breaks sometimes. Still, I think putting that spotter plane up would have really helped. You're also incredibly lucky he didn't even bother shooting at you to get the resets. Oh, and that he also beached. Wow. Goodbye, son. And it's time... Oh, you're still in the smoke. That's hilarious. Look at the Leon getting chased by 2 battleships. That's kind of funny too. Uh-oh, here come torps. Now you'll be okay. But now you have to be thinking, they're probably going to come after you next. So, at this point, you got to be thinking there's a Flint to the north, there's this, I'm guessing AFK Colorado, and then there's you, right? And then of course there's the carrier. Where is it? Oh, the carrier's on the way to cheat. Okay, so it's really just you and the Flint, right? So you got to be thinking about, you know, where you want to move from here. And I think you're doing the right thing by continuing to move farther away, because you want, yes, you want to make sure that you are angled to these battleships as the Flint takes out the Independence. Now, by turning this way, what you're doing, it's kind of nice actually, is you are forcing only one ship at a time to be able to target you. So that's good. As your defensive fire goes up, you know that these are last-minute auto-drop desperate attacks by the carrier, so they should be easily dodged, thwarted, whatever. Good. So there goes the torpedo bombers. Now it's just down to these two battleships. Now your Flint is going to be very instrumental because he can sit back and smoke while you basically, you know, spot for them. High caliber, neat. And I mean, that's basically going to be all that she wrote. Good, you're not getting greedy. A lot of players, myself included, would probably be a little bit greedy there and try to go for that, get those front 2 guns in, and that could have very well caused you to take a lot of damage. Oh, here comes the greed. As the Richelieu tries to heal up. And I'm gonna try a couple things now that we know that the battle is over. We know what you're gonna be doing. I'm gonna try to slow down the game and do this again and see what happens. So that works. That works. Okay, so I can slow it down independently. I hit stop. Okay, and now I can't move it anymore. Alright, so I can't hit the end button. I can slow it down, but I can't hit the end button. And I can speed it up too, but you can see there, I mean, no more. Yeah, what a bug. Look at this. So there's you sailing off into the distance. Leon's ship marker is stopped there. Flint dies. Yeah, he probably got greedy. And so now you're just going to go in and get the rest of the damage. Oh well. So, guys, sorry, I wanted to figure out this bug because I wanted to know what we have the capabilities of doing here. So, alright, well at least we figured that out. Sea Bear, that was actually a pretty darn nice game. You got very lucky that you had nobody focusing you. And I think the one big thing that I would say to you is you want to make sure you time when you come out of your turns better, and when you choose to open up on people. I think that would help you quite a bit. If a ship has something ready to go, it could be a big problem to kind of be exposing your broadsides like that. So, all right, I believe this is Fog Battleship North Carolina. I only got screenshots for